Reports just moments ago from Iraq say another airstrike has hit two cars carrying Iran-backed militia north of Baghdad. Iraqi officials say members of the militia were killed. Meanwhile, President Trump spoke out on camera today for the first time about ordering the drone strike that killed Iran's top security and intelligence commander. Qassem Soleimani is blamed for a rocket attack that killed an American last month and for the recent U.S. embassy attack in Baghdad.
Soleimani was plotting imminent and sinister attacks on American diplomats and military personnel, but we caught him in the act and terminated him. Under my leadership, America's policy is unambiguous to terrorists who harm or intend to harm any American. We will find you, we will eliminate you, we will always protect our diplomats, service members, all Americans, and our allies.
Well, Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama also considered killing Soleimani, but avoided it to avoid a potential war with Iran. Soldiers, meanwhile, from Fort Bragg are being deployed to the Middle East as we speak. Most likely their final destination is going to be Kuwait this weekend. We're being told additional soldiers from their same brigade, known as the Immediate Response Force, may deploy in the coming days. As you can imagine, this has a lot of people talking, including our South Carolina congressman.
We've been in conflict. From day one, they've been chanting death to America, death to Israel. And so the Iranian nuclear deal, which simply provided the theocrats there $150 billion plus $1.8 billion in cash, it was an appeasement effort that did not work. And we see that the most recent attack that we had on a drone, a $20 million, not a little one, drone, an American drone, the attack, blatant attack on our ally Saudi Arabia to destroy their oil capabilities, the financing of terrorists, Hezbollah in Lebanon. There's no question who's doing this. It's Iran. And the rockets that they provided to Hezbollah and the rockets they provided also for attacks from Gaza by Hamas. These rockets come from Iran. And so to destroy Israel first, and then Iran is still developing, and this is something that was so sad to me, that the prior administration didn't put two and two together. They never stopped the development of intercontinental ballistic missiles.
And 6th District Congressman Jim Clyburn tweeted a reaction to the drone strike, saying that the president's action places our country at greater risk with no evidence of a strategy. He called the president's decision to take action without consulting Congress alarming. Congress, he says, must uphold their responsibility to protect national security. Also on Twitter today, Senator Lindsey Graham said the price of killing and injuring Americans has just gone up drastically. He called the drone attack a major blow to the Iranian regime that has American blood on its hands. Graham says the top Iranian general was the most ruthless and vicious member of the regime there, and that the general had American blood on his hands. Graham thanked the president and then tweeted a statement directed at the Iranian government, saying that if you want to stay in the oil business, leave Americans and our allies alone. He says Iran needs to stop being the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. And speaking of oil, it didn't take long for prices to be affected by all of this. They spiked overnight into the early morning hours. However, it may take several days or even weeks before we see higher prices at the gas pump.